Okay, so today is Sunday. Um, Back home, they're getting donuts, they're getting groceries, they're probably watching some TV show or something to kill the time. Um, I think we have a show that we watch every Sunday, or at least a theme of show that we watch every Sunday because eventually we run out of whatever we're watching. But I've asked for them to hold that for me. I was like, don't watch it without me. Wait till I get back. We'll catch up. I promise. Um, it's hard not to think about what's going on back home because there's just not a lot going on here. I'm kind of suffering from a certain amount of success. I have plenty of firewood now. I spent, I think, about an hour. I think I wanted to get 4 big logs. I ended up getting 5. Um, I spent an hour yesterday improving my fire pit. I was just noticing that every time I walked away from camp, even just for an hour, I'd come back and the flames had blown out whatever it was that I was burning. So I was like, man, it's because, maybe I can improve on this little ring that I've got here, which was just a thin circle of rocks. You can see I've got a ton of logs and things here that I hauled over. Some of these were actually pretty heavy. Um, and I built a much bigger fire pit. Uh, it really helps a lot with the wind and everything burns a lot slower. So my consumption rate of the wood that I do have has now been more maximized, greatly improved. And then, of course, I have my smaller stuff that I'm going to use for restarting whatever fire. I let the fire go out. Um, this morning, I was just not feeling keeping a fire going. It was hot. Um, and I was just like, just going to let it burn out and then I'll restart it tonight. That's less fuel that I have to get for it. Anyway, my water filter, I've pretty much got down to a routine now. I do clean it every time I use it now. It's the water from the Yukon River is very murky, very silty, very muddy, and I end up needing to clean the filter off. This MSR has like a filter on it that can be cleaned and reused, which is really cool. I don't have that with my Grail. There's some pros and cons I'm seeing here with that. I pretty much swore by that Grail water filter for the last like 4 years, so this is quite a shift. It takes me about 3 minutes to fill up a 32-ounce bottle of water, and so I've pretty much got it down to it takes between 10 and 15 minutes to be able to pump all the water that I'm going to cook and drink and then clean the filter in a day. So that's really just like optimized, maximized. We're so efficient now. If like I keep track of all these things because they're important. These are important things to make note of. If you're in a survival situation, you go, well, geez, I have no idea how long it will take to filter water, or it needs cleaned again, so I have no idea how long that might take. I don't know. It also kind of helps me plan my day out. So I go, okay, I got 15 minutes of doing this. I got half an hour doing that, et cetera, et cetera. It was so hot today that I had a cold breakfast, which if anybody knows me, they know that I pretty much stay away from a cold breakfast in its entirety. Like, I'll eat some parts of my breakfast that are cold, but even cold cereal, I'm like, no, that's like a brunch thing or a dessert thing even. I really love a hot breakfast, and today I was just like, it's so hot. I just want to eat something cold. Um, so, so I was just like, man, it's hot today. I've done what I can to keep from sunburning the whole time I've been here, which is just an absolute shock because the weather forecasted said that it was going to rain. It was going to rain like just about every day. And sometime since I've been up here, it changed to Nope, it's going to be sunny most days. And even right now, there's not even a breeze. Like it's perfectly calm. So the trees aren't even rustling. It's incredibly quiet out here, which um, part of me was like, okay, I should definitely enjoy the quiet. How often do any of us really get to enjoy absolute silence? I mean, even in a house that I had bought at one point, there was highway noise. So even when I was off work and relaxing in the backyard and having a fire, hanging out with the kids or whatever, I could still hear the constant whoosh of cars on the highway and everything. So I mean, here there's nothing. Maybe 2 or 3 times in a day, I'll hear a boat go by, or I'll see it or whatever. But that's it for noise. Like there they'll go, and then I'm like, okay, that's them for the maybe for the next 8 hours. I don't know. I mean, it's been really cool having the peace and quiet, but at this point, I'm just like, man, it's starting to get to me, because a lot of the busy work that I could do, filtering water, gathering wood, setting up camp, organizing my gear, these sorts of things are already done. I mean, everything's finished. So all I have to do now is just kind of eat and sleep and then wait. I go hunting, try to go hunting twice a day, early in the morning and then late in the evening. I've kind of had a routine where I'll get up and eat something and then go. And then once I've burned up that morning time, then I'll come back and I'll actually have a hot breakfast and some coffee, and then get a few chores done around camp and be like, okay, it's warm outside, and I'm gonna get a nap. Excuse me, there we go. I needed to change hands that I was drinking my coffee with. So and after I'd wake up from my nap, then I'd be like, okay, it would be afternoon at that point, and I'd have like a late lunch, and then I would head out around 6 o'clock just to get out and get a few more hours of hunting. Sunset has been around 8:30, and it's been completely dark by 10 o'clock, except for last night. Last night was a full moon, so it was so bright. The moon was casting a shadow. Like I could see shadows of things from the bucket to my chair to whatever, and that was without like a fire, a shadow from the fire. It was pretty incredible. It's a really phenomenal thing because the moon has been incredibly bright out here and incredibly big as well. Very cool. So glad that I was able to schedule this on a full moon. And my next hunt I've got planned will also fall on a full moon. I'm hoping that helps with if I need to get anything done at night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something to do, and then I'm going to make a video. It'll be like a little bonus video where I just kind of cover what all is in my kill kit. And the hope is that I get an animal of some kind, whether it's a black bear, brown bear, a moose, just anything. If I saw caribou on the north side of the Yukon here, I could get 10 caribou, but I'm not seeing any caribou. And I'm imagining that they're probably off in the distance there, those mountains, probably hundreds of miles that way. With with how caribou are, they could be there, and then by the time I got across the river, they'd be 10 miles the other way. And then once I got climbed the 5 miles or 6 miles it is from the shoreline to those mountains, they'd be another 25 miles away, another 50 miles away for that matter. Caribou are incredible at how fast they can move without even trying, just effortlessly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video here in a bit, and I'm going to just talk about what I put in my kill kit. I don't think I've ever covered a video like that, and at this point, between the daily routine, the chores, and the philosophy, I'm like, okay, you guys have got to be feeling the boredom almost as much as I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the things that are in there as kind of like a bonus video. My plan has been to make 1 to 2, depending on what's going on, 15-minute videos a day, and then make a bonus video of some kind. Sorry, there's a spider. There we go. There've been so many spiders this trip. I don't know why. But and then make a bonus video that's just a few minutes long that kind of just gives like a highlight of something, like, oh yeah, okay, here's this little thing that I wanted to show you guys. And so that's the plan, is to just do that. I mean, like, oh my gosh. And I got to keep reminding myself how many days I've been out here. I left home on Tuesday. I got to this beach Wednesday. So I really only have hunted Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I mean, it's not even that many days, but I'm already just like, okay, what next? I'm bored. I'm doing everything I can to keep busy, and I've kind of run out of things to do. I mean, how many more rocks can I put around this rock pile? And yeah, it reminds me of the Count of Monte Cristo, when Edmond Dantes is telling the priest that he's counted all the rocks in his cell, and the priest asks him, "But have you named them yet?" Well, I'm at that point where I've counted them all, and I'm crying because I don't want to have to go through and name them all. That seems like such work. So instead, I'm going to make a video here in a few minutes of what all is in a kill kit. Man, I wish that there were accurate maps of this area, whether they be on Onyx or Google Earth, because whenever I get to some place that is advertised on the map to be one way, it is a completely different scenario when I get there. And that is a struggle, I'll tell you, to spend an hour to 2 hours just hiking someplace just to get there and be like, nope, that's not what it looks like on the map. And then try and look around and make it useful, and then turning around and coming back and being like, okay, that was a half-day trip or whatever else, just to try and go, yeah, the map is inaccurate yet again. Okay, so at this point, the struggle is that there's not much to struggle against. There's no bad weather. There's no chores to do, and it's the waiting game. the let's be patient. I remember thinking too, I was like, I'm not going to need a book. I'm going to be too busy surviving. And I should have brought a book. Okay. So wish me luck, that I stay and have some patience, that I see something that will get my spirits up, and that the next video that I make is educational and maybe a little entertaining too.